Celebration. Hip hop only celebrated record making motherfuckers.
Right.
It wasn't the 50th anniversary of hip hop. It was the 50th anniversary of recorded
records.
Go back and look at all the things that happened.
Crazy Legs said that on here. He said that.
It wasn't about DJing, MCing, breakdancing, graffiti, and the whole shit. So this is what I'm talking about.
You said it wasn't or it was?
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was only about motherfuckers that make records.
Peace. This is AMB African Man Born on Random Rant of the Night. So I'm reading and scrolling down a lot of different things, and I'm checking out, just things on the internet. And one of the things I'm seeing is this, I'm seeing a lot of, and I know that a lot of y'all believe in this, and I'm going to ruffle some feathers with this shit, and I don't care who don't like it. All right. This 50 years of hip hop thing is starting to get on my nerves with y'all because we didn't do anything that advanced the culture. We didn't do nothing to advance the culture as a whole. Celebrating 50 years of hip hop as a whole. Let's just like we talk about 50 years of hip hop as if it's like some regular celebration, and all y'all did was celebrate artists that didn't come out 50 years ago. All right, you celebrate just the fact that we was rapping and calling it hip hop for roughly so-called 50 years when it was really 49, November 12th. Now, y'all can get mad that I said November 12th, but there's actual evidence that the culture was formulated and established in 1974. All right, 1973 was the party. That was the jam. So if you actually wanted to be accurate, you would say 50 years of the jam. I can accept that. Hip-hop started with the energy from what happened at the jam. And then you heard plenty of different people start with the jam. So it's 50 years of the jam. That's what happened. But what happens is, you got a lot of people that want to erase people from the culture. You want to erase the Zulu Nation. All right? Now, I'm not going to get into the whole Hassan Campbell thing. I already talked about him. And really, I didn't speak negative of him. I just said that he's doing a lot of clout chasing and getting himself into shit that he don't need to be getting into. And he can feel a way about it. He can sit there and talk shit. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the actual 50 years of hip hop, which would be celebrated November 12th, 2024. All right, August 11th, 1973. Right, that is the jam. That is the birthday party. That is the back to school party that they had in the community center in Cedric Ave at Cedar Park. At the community center, there's only like 50 people that could fit in there. All right, when you listen to Kool Herc talk about that, he said not everybody was there. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all gotta understand is that when you say 50 years of hip hop, you better be accurate with your information. Now we can sit here and go back and forth, but guess what? I don't care what you go back and forth with, because a lot of times y'all not telling the truth. Y'all did this 50 years of hip hop to erase what the Zulu Nation and Bambaataa contributed because of the allegations in 2016. And I'm not here to put that on trial as far as the allegations. I'm not here to defend or not defend. I'm here to defend the truth about where hip-hop as a culture was established. Hip-hop was established as a culture, and it was agreed upon, even with Kool Herc being there at Bronx River, November 12th, 1974. Now, y'all can say whatever y'all want, right? Y'all can disagree, y'all can rebuttal. It ain't gonna matter to me. You know why? Because a lot of y'all are too cowardice to really deal with the truth and actually understand how to defend it and really defend the truth on when, this culture was established. When it was called hip hop. Some people say 83, some people say 75, some people say 78. But the Zulu Nation has the records of it being in 74. Some people will debate with silly logic and be like, oh, well, we don't, well, how do you know that it was 74? Because there was pictures and evidence and documentation and actual documentation put out. You know what I'm saying? That has been preserved. I've been to a Zulu Nation tribute. I've seen the pictures. In 2014, I've seen the pictures. I went there. I performed at the Zulu Nation tribute back in 2014. 2 years before the allegations started. All right? I met Bambaataa in 2012 before y'all thought about people putting out any allegations. Now, like I said, those are that's your business. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you didn't erase Thomas Jefferson's history and contribution to this slavery-ass country. So why would you erase Bambaataa's history, whether it was done or not? You know why? Because black people, it's easy for black people to discredit other black folks. You see what I'm saying? It's easy. It's easy for y'all. That's how foolish we've become as a people. Some of us are beyond repair. Now, a lot of y'all gonna get mad at this video, and y'all gonna say I'm brainwashed. Well, when you say wash and brain, I like to keep my brain clean from idiocracy, bullshit, and foolishness. A lot of y'all brains are dirtied with propaganda, lies, and deceit, and cowardism. That's what a lot of y'all are on. Because if y'all agree with this whole thing, and a lot of y'all are just fans and just admit it, just like DMC said in the beginning of the video, you're not celebrating the 50 years of hip hop, you're celebrating the 50 years of these records coming out. And at the same time, to correct that information in a sense, not to discredit what the God is saying, what the legend is saying, y'all wasn't putting out records for 50 years. The first hip hop record was put out by the Fatback Band. King Tim III and the Fatback Band. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? That was the first hip hop record, and then it was the Sugar Hill Gang in 1979. 78 was when you heard hip hop on stage in the music industry, and like as far as like being in the music industry and putting out records where they had rap on it. That was in 1978. In 1979, you had I believe it was November 1979 when you had the Sugar Hill Gang, who got the credit for kind of putting out the first rap song, but it was really King Tim III and the Fatback Band that put out a hip hop record, the first one. Then it was Sugar Hill Gang. But see, this is history that you have to actually know. This is one of the things I'm gonna bring up on the Culture Speaks. A lot of that information is gonna be spoken on the Culture Speaks, which is the hip hop podcast that I'm gonna be releasing next year, the top of next year, whether January or February. Me and Dave Script. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about a lot of hip hop history, especially from my city, Boston, Massachusetts, where we have a huge contribution to the culture and a huge contribution to the music industry. But everybody wants to rub that to the side because even Boston hip hop heads don't even get into it. There's only very few. Shout out to Mr. Funky Fresh, one of my favorite pioneers from Boston. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the people that actually support A&B, African Man Born, as a brand, as an artist, and just as a business. He's one of my biggest. He supports my business to this day. He only comes to me for products that he wants. And I've known him since, I want to say, like late early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? He's been, but I've seen him growing up when I was in Roxbury. So shout out to Mr. Funky Fresh, Rusty. Shout out to Supreme Richardson from What's Up Boston and Supreme Entertainment. You see what I'm saying? Of course, shout out to the Beyonders. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to other heads. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nobodies. Y'all forget about them because they drop too much knowledge. Y'all afraid of that. Shout out to Cassius the Fifth, dropping knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rael in the Almighty group, if they still around. Shout out to Bakari JB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the heads that ain't fronting on people because they spit a little bit of truth and you want to block it because you're afraid to lose money and numbers and fame and shit. Get onto some real shit, because if you don't, you're going to fall to the wayside. You're going to turn into salt, just like they did in Sodom and Gomorrah. For those who look back, you want to look back at what the industry is offering, but you don't want to look at the truth ahead of you. And you don't want to speak it because you're afraid that you're going to be shut out of something that they're not willing to give you in the first place, which is a better life. You got to work for your better life, man. So forget all that. To me, 50 years of the jam, 49 years of hip-hop culture, and we're getting up to the 50th year, so, you know what I mean? They even copywrote the damn 50 years of hip-hop. They copywrote the shit. They trademarked the shit. I don't know if y'all know that. You go right online and see that shit. They trademarked the whole 50 years of anniversary because it's a money thing. It's ridiculous. It's a money thing. They don't care about no goddamn. It says, all right, right here. It says the 50 years of hip hop. That logo, which I'm, you know what I mean, which is on the screen. August 11, 2023. Mission begins. What is the 50th? The 50th anniversary of hip hop, TM, which stands for trademark, will be the most epic year in hip hop history. Celebrations will be held all around the world to uplift and honor every aspect of hip-hop culture, from concerts to tours to battles, competitions and exhibitions. All of your favorite DJs, MCs, breakdancers, beatboxers, graffiti artists, and more will show up and show out to make this golden anniversary of hip-hop culture the most extraordinary year yet. I haven't seen that all year, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's been some concerts, but a lot of y'all dropped the ball on that shit. Honestly, I don't care who the fuck sees this. Y'all get mad. I don't care. But we gonna make sure we party with a purpose. Okay, so if you're gonna party with a purpose, what's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? Because all I see is you putting up 50 years of hip hop and then having shows, and then you're not really establishing something that was meant to be established. Hip hop's 4 elements: peace, love, unity, having fun. That has to be advanced. We actually have to be about that. We actually have to add that to our lifestyle, which is why I put that in the song, The Purpose of Hip Hop, that I dropped originally in 2021, came out on the King album in 2022, and I can perform it all the time so y'all can get that in your heads. Peace, love, unity, and having fun. It is a mantra. It is a statement. It is something that we should be looking forward to and living our lifestyles. Peace, love, unity, and having fun. But you know what I see here in my city? In other cities too? A lot of fake shit. A lot of hatred. A lot of cowardice bullshit. And then when you do that to somebody like me, I call it out, and I don't care what you say you're gonna do. You're not gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing that I ain't said you were gonna do back then, because that's all y'all do is fight with your own people. You block your own people because you're afraid that I might say something that will destroy your network, destroy your connection to these networks. Then don't ask me to come nowhere to do anything with anybody, because African Man Born and others don't have the time to sit there and deal with fake shit. I'm on a different mission. I've never been on the same plane with y'all. I don't care if I don't have to take a picture with a famous artist. I could take pictures with these dope artists right here from my city, from my community, from my town, and in my circle. I don't need to sit there and get a cosign from nobody. I don't need to open up for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to join other people's shows and pay them all this fucking money just to perform in front of people that don't give a shit about me. I'd rather start small, grow, and watch the people that actually fuck with me. And I've done it for years. So again, y'all can rebuttal this shit. Y'all can talk your shit. Y'all can act like, oh, he's bugging. But I stand 10 toes down in everything that I'm saying. And for all of y'all that don't give a shit about what I'm have to say, then don't say nothing about it. Just move on. Scroll. Shit. Get the fuck. So that's my statement on your little 50 years of hip-hop. You can trademark the damn shit. Crazy. That's my random rant of the night. You'll see more episodes. When you see that random rant, press that subscribe button, press that like button. You'll see me on Facebook. You'll see me on YouTube. Not so much Instagram or TikTok, but you'll see me on Facebook. You'll see me on YouTube. Check it out, subscribe, and follow if you like the show. If you don't like the show, then don't fucking come on here and then try to report people because you disagree, right, with what I'm saying. If you disagree with what I'm saying, you can say whatever you want, but doesn't mean I need to acknowledge you. And if you disagree with what I'm saying, right, why don't you just scroll past it? I disagree with a lot of dumb shit that y'all say, because some of y'all, that's all y'all do is say stupid shit. And I don't report y'all for being dumbasses, so don't report me for telling the truth. So that's my time. A&B African Band Boy. I'm out. Random rant of the night. Peace.